Co-host, you a Batman fan?
What? Am I a Batman fan? Does the Pope like Jesus?
I don't know. Does he?
Hell yes, he does. Man, Batman rules my world, Corey. Boy,
Oh my God.
let me tell you about Batman. Let me tell you
What
all
can
about
you tell
why
me about
I
Batman?
love Batman.
You act like I don't know who Batman is. You act like I don't like Batman.
You don't know the real Batman. All you know is that guy who like dresses up in a cape and rides around in a cool car. That's all you care about.
You the expert, huh?
You like that Batmobile that drives up on the buildings, right? That's what you like. You like that car driving up on the side. Go, wow, that's the Batmobile.
Okay.
Awesome.
All right, whatever, man. You can't tell me nothing about Batman. Okay, look. Obviously, you are a crazy Batman fan.
Hell yeah! Did somebody say Batman? Where Batman?
Wait, say it again. Somebody say Batman?
Did somebody say Batman? Where's Batman? Where?
All right, man. Settle down
Woo.
now. Now, we both of us got through watching Gotham Knight.
Hell yes. It was
Batman.
a Gotham night tonight. Boy, I tell you, man. Corey, I have to say, this is the one thing you've done right, where you actually invited me as a friend to come hang out with you and watch one of the coolest animated features I've seen in a long time.
There you go. Now, that's what I'm talking about. I feel like we're bonding now.
That's right,
I feel like
Corey.
we're actually friends here.
Partners, pals,
There
old
you go.
chums.
Buddies.
That's right.
A boy and his robot.
You're like my son. You're like my Robin.
Okay, all right.
My
Okay.
little bitch. Ah.
Okay, all right.
I'm just kidding, old pal, old chum.
I know. Old buddy of mine. Now, okay, so Gotham Knight, man. When I mention this to you,
Woo!
there you go. There you like.
That's a bad outfit. Woo!
I say Batman Gotham Knight, and you over there. Oh, I love this Batman Gotham Knight. Yeah, ooh,
Gotham Knight.
I love it.
The right night for Gotham Knight. Yes, sir.
Okay. And I'm glad that you're here, because this is going to be a good thing where you're my contrast here, because where you're going crazy over it. You mentioned Batman Gotham Knight to me, and I'm like, man, okay.
What? Meh?
Man.
What?
Yeah.
What is that? A cat noise? What are you doing? Meh? Wait, contrast?
What?
You didn't love this?
I didn't love it.
You no good son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch.
I knew it.
Now, wait a minute.
You're
What
just
happened?
trying to butter me up. Trying to make me feel like we're all friends and partners and dare I say, chums.
You said this. Now, I thought we were friends here. What happened?
Screw you. What do you mean you don't like this? First you hate Inside. You're talking trash behind my back about that film. Now you're going to do it with this? What's your problem? You want to fight?
Screw me. What happened to the
You
love?
want to fight me?
What? Screw me? What do you mean? I thought we were getting along. What the hell?
You shut up. This friendship is over.
Here we go back
Let
to square
this be
one.
our final battle.
All right. Okay, now I feel more like our working relationship here. I feel better. I can concentrate now. And
You're
get
breaking my
this review done.
circuit board, Corey. You're breaking my circuit board.
Hell, now we're back to the usual. Okay, look. Let me tell people what this is. Now, this is sort of like the Animatrix. Do you remember the Animatrix?
Yep. You mean the second best thing to come out of that whole Matrix bullshit? Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. You had the first Matrix movie, and then you had the Animatrix, and all that other shit can go to hell.
All that other crap, the video games, all trash.
All of that. Yeah, okay. So now, this is something similar, because the Animatrix was a series of shorts that explain more what the world of the Matrix is.
Well, that's what they told us, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And it
Still don't know what the hell that was all about.
Turned
but
out
hey,
that world was some bullshit, but
it was pretty to look at, yeah.
okay, so now you have something similar here. With Batman Gotham Knight, you have 6 animated shorts that are supposed to tie in that gap between Batman Begins and The Dark Knight.
Correct.
And they're all done by different Japanese studios. And those Japanese know what they're doing animation, boy. They be animating.
Right. They know how to make food and they know how to make animation.
and they all have their own unique visual style for each segment.
Their own vision, people.
Exactly. Everybody sees Batman different.
That's right.
So like you and me.
Yeah, just like when I see Chinese and black people, I always look at them like they're different. Those two are not alike.
Okay, I don't think we got any Chinese or black Batman in these shorts. But anyway, so I'm just going to go through real quick and tell you what these shorts are.
Tell me, Corey.
Okay, so we have the first one, which is Have I Got a Story for You, which centers on, I think, 3 or 4 kids who all tell what their different version of what they think Batman is.
Their own vision of Batman.
Exactly.
Who and what he is.
Exactly. Then we have the second one, which is Crossfire, which we follow 2 police officers, and they go to investigate this gang war. And of course, Batman comes in the middle of a shootout and kind of saves
And
the day.
does what he does.
And beats
Kicking ass.
Yeah, beats the hell out of people. Then we have the third one, which is Field Test, which centers on kind of a girly looking Batman, if you ask me.
Hey, you watch it, man.
Hey,
Just
come
because
on
you
now.
thought he's cute doesn't mean he's cute.
He looks like a
He's-
girl in a
He's
suit.
Bruce Wayne. He's young.
Oh, hush. Okay.
Full
no.
of piss and vinegar.
So he's hanging out with Lucius Fox, the guy who makes all his inventions, and they have this one invention that can actually create a gravitational field that deflects bullets. So again,
Right.
we get a little more insight on how Batman keeps his allure as being this indestructible creature.
That's right.
Everybody thinks he's bulletproof.
Creature of the night.
Creature of the
Bulletproof.
knife. Okay.
Bulletproof from the night.
So, and then we have 4, which is In Darkness Dwells, which centers on 2 very familiar Batman villains. Finally, we have the Scarecrow
Yeah.
and Killer Croc.
Awesome.
And then we have the 5th one, which is Working Through Pain. Let me say it again. Which is Working Through Pain, which centers on a younger Batman or younger Bruce Wayne who goes to India to figure out how to work through his pain, which of course is going to help him in combat later on.
That's right.
You know, you can't go out there and get beat up like that and just be expecting to take punches. And,
No, sir, you cannot. You got to deal with it, and you got to deal with it then and there, or you're a dead man.
Okay, well spoken there.
That's the only way to be Batman.
Take the pain, suck it up,
That's right.
endure.
You must become one with pain.
Batman takes a bullet. He's like, I can deal with this.
You must be pain. You have to be painful.
You have to be pain to beat pain.
That's right.
Okay, then we
Pain
got
in the pains.
pain in my ass. What you'll be. We got and finally the 6th and last one, which is Deadshot, and that also centers on a very famous Batman villain, Deadshot, who can go out and just shoot anything from any distance.
He's a badass assassin.
He's a badass assassin. There you go. Couldn't have said it better myself. So now my problem with this is that they are pitching this
Yeah.
as they're going to drop hints of what leads up to the Dark Knight. And to me, they don't do that. I don't see it. And on top of that, these are so short that there wasn't one that I saw Batman go in and kick ass. And I thought, oh shit, now that's the Batman I'm talking about.
See, what were you watching? Because every time I watch one of these, there's always an awesome scene where at the end Batman is kicking ass, where he's doing what he's doing it quick, and he's out of there. And then they jump on to the next story. So I don't understand where you don't get this, that Batman's there kicking ass, because I tell you what, they did a very respectable job with Batman in all of these. I have to say, there's only one in here that's really bad,
Crossover.
and that's Crossfire.
I'm sorry, Crossfire.
Crossfire is probably by far the worst one, because
I'm sorry, say it again. I interrupted you.
Okay.
Go ahead.
now I have to say that the one terrible little short here is Crossfire.
Okay, we can agree on that.
Yes, we can agree on that. That was bad. Now, saying that was bad doesn't mean that Batman in that episode, he wasn't bad. Just everything that surrounded that episode with the 2 cops.
And it was bad because those cops weren't interesting.
They weren't interesting.
And the dialogue was terrible.
You didn't know who they were, and you didn't care. And it felt like you were watching an episode of Spawn, like a very bad episode of that HBO Spawn series, where it's just a lot of talk about nothing. You don't know what's going on, and you don't know who these characters are, and you don't care.
Well, let me tell you something. As much as it seems like I'm complaining about this, let me just say the good things I like. I mean, because I think
You better hurry up, Corey,
Oh.
because I'm getting plenty pissed over here.
you ain't gonna do nothing. Now, you
Well,
just
I'm
sit your ass
gonna
there.
have to get all dressed up in my League of Shadows outfit and do a number on you, my friend,
Whatever, man. You
my
ain't-
old
You
friend.
can't even walk. Shut the hell up. Now, just looking at this, I have to say, from an artist standpoint, all of
hell,
these
artsy fartsy. Here we go.
Man, here we look.
I miss Mr. I draw shadows.
Okay, man. See, I'm trying to say something nice. You ain't let me do it. Now I'm trying to be nice to
All
this.
right, Mr. Coloring book artist over there. Explain to me about art and
Okay.
and how to draw in between the lines.
Okay, what I thought all the visual styles in this, except for that one, which was Crossfire, I thought we'd seen that style a little bit too much, but I love the visuals in each one of these. I thought they were unique. Actually, my favorite one was the first one, What I Have a Story for You. I thought that even though it was probably the most kind of a more cutesy style than the rest of it.
Right.
I thought that the animation was really cool, and I thought that it was just very unique.
And it's a story that they have pretty much covered in the original animated
they've done
series.
it before.
Yeah, with the kids and their own interpretations of who Batman is.
Yeah.
But yeah, that one episode definitely sets itself apart just because the visual style. It definitely it focuses on the visual aspect.
But I think the rest of the shorts, they go in and out so quick that's what it is. I just don't get a feeling of knowing who anybody is, including Batman, that much. Now,
Wow.
That's except for one, and that's the one that didn't even have Batman in it that much, and that is Working Through Pain.
Working Through Pain.
That one was actually well written.
Yeah.
That one was actually well acted,
It was
voice
well
acted.
acted. Yeah, it could have definitely been a small segment in Batman Begins.
Yeah.
where it would have made complete sense.
I actually
with him
love
during
that
his
short.
travel. Yeah, it's a great short.
And if you want one with a cool villain, like the one with Killer Croc and the Scarecrow, again, they would just too fast. They made an appearance and then they left. But Deadshot,
Deadshot was awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
they did justice to that character. But I have to disagree where you didn't like the Killer Croc Scarecrow. I thought there was enough going on there to make me interesting. Just because maybe it's because I already know these characters.
Yeah.
But when they do make an appearance, it's very effective. And honestly, it makes you want to see more of those characters in that animation style that you see. Too bad that these aren't like an ongoing series.
Yeah.
You know, because that's the thing with these episodes. It leaves you wanting more. But at the same time, I definitely think they're very well self-contained. And I have to disagree with you where they very much do show you all the aspects of Bruce Wayne, what he's about, and especially why he's Batman.
okay, no, I understand.
So, Corey, I don't know what the F is your problem, but you better hurry up and figure it quick before this interview's over because there's going to be a showdown here. And
Your threats mean nothing to me, boy. Just
tonight
so
is going to be a real Gotham night because there's going to be some action going on in this room.
Okay, yeah, okay, just you can't even get your words out.
Corey,
now look,
you just made me so mad.
Now listen, I will say this. I guess my disappointment is they pitched it. All of these are, and I'm not saying I had high expectations for them because take those away. I mean, with the expectations they put in there, I was expecting to see little hints of maybe Harvey Dent or the Joker. I mean, anything. Just I wouldn't have minded just walked in on the Joker using the bathroom or something. Anything, man.
You know what, man? I'm glad they didn't do that because time after time, we've been introduced to characters in cartoons like Clone Wars is the perfect example. When you watch the Clone Wars cartoon, they introduced General Grievous. He was a complete total
Mace Windu
badass. Mace Windu, where he's taking down huge ships. And then when you see them in the movies, they are nothing like you remember them being represented in those cartoons, where they turn into old men with arthritis, where they can barely move.
Okay.
And I don't want to see that.
Okay, I got your point.
All right,
Okay.
all right, Corey.
Okay.
Are you listening?
I got you, man.
Open up your ears.
I'm sorry.
Always
man.
mind your surroundings.
All right, now the thing that I really enjoyed the most on here, though, they had a documentary about Bob Kane, the creator of Batman.
Those are always good, Corey. Come on.
And it was cool because everybody knows Bob Kane drew Batman.
Right.
But did you
Created
know
Batman.
that Bob Kane was a player, man? Bob
yeah.
Kane, first of all, he grew up poor. He was Jewish, and he changed his name. I think his name was Bob Kahn, and then he made Batman. He's like, I got all this money. I'm tired of being poor. I'm gonna go out and live the life. And he thought he was Batman at one time. He's out there with a
Millionaire
cape.
playboy doing what he doing what he does best, banging chicks.
Exactly. He was Bruce Wayne for a while. I mean, seriously, they said he had an affair with Marilyn Monroe. Damn, that chick.
What?
Yeah, she was a hoe, man.
Damn.
I think
She
if she
sleep
was
with
alive,
anything.
I know. If Bob Kane,
Bob Kane, yeah, you're like, what?
she would have slept with the Joker.
Right.
But
She'll sleep with you,
I was
Corey.
about to say, I wish she was still alive because I would have had a shot.
bad.
I think, you know what? If she was alive, you would have had a shot with Marilyn Monroe.
Me?
Yeah, I think so.
Really?
Hell yeah.
Oh.
But let me tell you something, man. It was just interesting because he actually really paralleled Batman. He had half his life he spent trying to be Bruce Wayne, the millionaire playboy. Then the other half he was saying, well, I need to go out and help people. He became Batman.
That's
hey,
cool, yeah.
I think he went around with a cape on trying to be Batman. So
I mean, I think that's why Batman works, just because obviously the guy who created him had a very just a very outgoing life and had his own ideas of who he was trying to be, and he incorporated that into the character, which I think why it resonates so well through time.
Yeah.
Shit.
No, and
To the future. Back to the future.
But I said the rest of the features on here are not that good. I've watched them all. Yeah. You have this documentary about villains, and it's just guys that keep talking about the Batman villains talk. Over and over again. I mean, you get it's way too long. If they went 5 minutes saying, "Yeah, these are the villains," that's cool. Right. But they talk about this shit like everybody wants to hear this. It's like, look, that's way too long. All right, it ain't that deep. Yeah. And then they have 4 episodes from Bruce Timm, the creator of probably the best television incarnation of Batman.
Yes, Batman, the animated series.
Yeah, and he chose 4 of his favorite episodes.
And they're great episodes.
And I went through them real quick, and they had one of my favorite ones on there, which is where Batman is people know who he is.
Yeah, Over the Edge.
Over the Edge, yeah.
That is by far my favorite episode.
So if you're, for nostalgia's sake, they're pretty good, but they're nothing new. I mean, if you were a big fan, you've seen these
you
over
probably
and over
already
again,
own them.
And you probably already have them. So that's kind of a JIP bonus feature right there. But overall, look, man, I would rent this, and I borrow it from a friend.
But borrow?
Oh, here we go. You gonna go?
I would beat up my friend and steal it from him. That's how awesome this is. I would do the exact opposite of what Batman would do, and I'd beat this person to a pulp and take that damn DVD and run down the street with it if I had arms and legs, and scream, "I got Gotham Knight." What the hell is this DVD called again? Gotham Knight! Yay! And that's what I'd do. I don't know.
All right,
I'm crazy like that.
Okay, all right. So we agree that
we agreed to disagree.
Exactly.
You son of a bitch. You no taste having bastard. How dare you, Corey? I must unleash the night on you.
You done?
No.
Okay.